since losing her in January.
So we're ready to get started here. The all-time series, only the 5th meeting between these two. Kansas has won every time when they've met in Big 12 play as members of the same conference. In the black uniforms, UCF, the Knights, with the first possession of the game. The kick out for the three-pointer to Eisen. And then the follow-up, the good hustle play by Ngodu. As we look at the Kansas lineup, Samaya Nichols to go along with freshman Libby Fandel, Sanaya Copeland, also from the Kansas City area, as is Jalea Davis, and Lily Meister, the transfer from Indiana. Eisen, Bracy, Yancey, Chandler Roberts, and Ngodu, the starting 5 for UCF.
Both of these teams struggle a little bit throughout the season with turnovers. I think for Kansas, it's about youth and about decision making, something that's been a little bit frustrating for their head coach, Brandon Schneider. And also for UCF, they get a little sped up sometimes. So slowing it down, playing the quarter court with more patience offensively is important.
Putting the ball on the floor, going up over Davis is Chandler Roberts, but the miss, and Kansas looking for their first basket of the game. Lily Meister from 3, pulls the trigger. Jalea Davis right there to clean it up.
Yeah, great position on the offensive boards for Davis, and you can see her athleticism, just able to pick up that offensive rebound and put it back easily.
She averages 21 points a game as a freshman. 9 straight Big 12 Freshman of the Week honors for Jalea Davis, and of course, she is now named the Freshman of the Year in the Big 12.
9 on the shot clock.
And then stepping on the sideline on this ASB glass floor that we have been playing on throughout the tournament. 4th season for Satia Messer at UCF. She thinks of Kansas City very fondly. She played here in the Women's Final Four in 1998 when she was a member of the Arkansas squad. As an assistant for Baylor, she won 8 Big 12 championships here and got their first win, UCF, in the Big 12 tournament last year.
And again, UCF being very deliberate in their quarter court offense. And just to mention, Ngodu did not play in the game that you mentioned earlier in January 4th.
Bracy using the screen and the jumper.
How about Bracy? Brings great experience. Played at Ole Miss 2 seasons, Southern Miss a couple seasons, was injured last year, has come in for UCF and been a real bright spot.
It's her 140th career game today, talking about how experienced she is. And then a foul called on Summer Yancey, her first, as Reagan Williams checks in for Kansas to replace Lily Meister. Head coach Brandon Schneider in his 11th season. He led Emporia State to a national championship back in 2010. Led Kansas to the WNIT championship in 23, and 2 NCAA appearances in the last 3 years for Kansas, and they want to get back there this year. Nichols. Fandel, the freshman, bounce passing into Davis, but was in traffic, and good hustle by Ngodu, excuse me. Eisen looking. The 5th year from Tacoma, Washington. Across the court to Yancey. Yancey inside to Ngodu. And then a foul on the floor. We're going to call that on Davis. Davis, her first.
I'll tell you what, that is a tough matchup right there for Davis as a freshman, having to guard Ngodu, who's a junior, and she is a 3rd-year player for UCF, somebody that's incredibly experienced. It's one of the hardest things to learn is how to play great post defense for a youngster.
Ngodu falling away, averaging 20.5 points per game the last 2 games. Reagan Williams with a jumper.
Yeah, Williams coming in after Meister missed a couple of wide open shots, and she's somebody that's certainly capable of hitting shots. Just a sophomore, tremendous upside, I think, for that young lady when she's healthy.
Yeah, she's battled a bunch of injuries this year.
Well, coach wants her to look for her shot more often, so early on looking for that shot.
And Godu off the mark. Here comes Samaya Nichols and the Jayhawks. Thought about it. Sanaya Copeland turning and just got out of control before throwing that pass.
It's so enticing to try to throw the ball into Davis because she's such a great target, but just a couple of ill-advised passes towards her in the last few possessions.
11's in the game for Kansas. Number 21. And that one got tipped, so it will stay on this end. 12 on the shot clock.
Right now, a couple of subs coming in, and you see Davis going to the bench. I think that's a good thing to do. I've seen Davis almost get her second foul here a couple of times in the last few minutes. Give her a breather, let her settle down.
And so Brittany Harshaw into the game. Laya Canessa as well. And Lily Meister, a starter, back on the court for Kansas. 6 to shoot. Ndogu. And another miss by Chandler Roberts.
Chandler Roberts is a beast on the offensive boards.
A little floater from Canessa.
Yeah, love Canessa's game. She is a senior, you know, lefty, shoots that with her right hand.
You know, and she had a huge shot. Kansas upset Texas Tech when they were rated 20th just 2 games ago, and Laya Canessa had a huge three-pointer at the end of that game that really gave the cushion to the Jayhawks. A reach-in foul called on Kansas, and we're going to have a timeout on
the tournament goes on and into the men's tournament.
And a nice backdoor cut on the inbounds play to set up Ngodu. And it's tied up here in the first quarter.
Brandon Schneider talked about how he wanted to have ball reversal, and not just once, but 2 or 3 times. Make UCF defend them for 20 seconds and defend action.
Canessa with the miss. As Ngodu out top, directing traffic. There she is. Bracy puts it on the floor, kicks out, and too strong for Chandler Roberts, but an offensive rebound and put back by Crystal Eisen.
Great heads-up play by Eisen right there. Just 5'8", able to get that offensive board. Another one of the many transfers we are seeing on the floor today.
Canessa out to Williams. Elle Evans, one of the best three-point shooters by percentage in the country, but tough to get a shot off against this defense. Harshaw banks it in.
Well, much needed basket right there. It might have been a little luck with that bank shot, but you know, right now I think for Brandon Schneider, he's trying to get his 2 players a little bit of rest when it comes to Samaya Nichols, and then Davis needed to just settle down a little.
Bracy banks in the shot to take back the lead for UCF.
I feel like we've had so many bank shots in the game before and now already in this game.
And Elle Evans gets the offensive foul, pushing off as she goes in. And so Samaya Nichols, Jalea Davis, and Sanaya Copeland back on the court.
Yeah, here's one of those bank shots. Just defense falls down, and good heads-up play right there. And Coach Brandon has been talking about how he wants better production from his wing players as far as their shooting goes. Struggled with shooting in that last game against Oklahoma State.
Yeah. Elle Evans picked up her 2nd foul with that offensive foul. And now an offensive foul on Chandler Roberts.
And that's Canessa. Is that Canessa that took, that took that, or Copeland? Copeland takes the charge right there.
Boy, she got shot in the face, too.
A lot of people think you can't take a charge when you are moving. You can. If the offense is gaining advantage by making a move of some type like that.
Jalea Davis all the way, slips steps through the paint and is able to score and take back the lead. 3 ties, 5 lead changes already in the early going. A little bump on the shot. Kansas with all 4 of their players from the Kansas City metro area on the court right now. Samaya Nichols, Shawnee Mission West High School in Overland Park. Copeland went to Olathe North High School as she splashes the 3. Jalea Davis from Blue Valley North and Reagan Williams from north of the river. All 4 of those players from right here in the Kansas City metro area.
That's terrific that Brandon Schneider has been building his team off of local players. Tend to stay around more often, appreciate where they are, and the fans love it.
Nichols turns it on, not called. The foul was not called that time. She is the best in the country at getting to the free throw line. More free throw attempts and more free throw makes than anybody in the country. That time she doesn't pick up the foul, but she will continue to drive inside.
And you can tell she is playing carefully out there. Is not playing at 100%.
Another three-pointer, this time Brittany Harshaw. So Sanaya Copeland hits one and then Harshaw.
It was just a terrific look. Same spot as the last time.
And Sanaya Copeland comes down with it. Kansas started 1 of 4 from the floor and 6 of their last 8. Copeland again for 3, this time short.
UCF going with a little bit of a bigger lineup right here with Ngodu playing the 4, Scott at the 5.
You know, and Summer Yancey with the ball in her hands, also
Yes.
from here in the Kansas City metro area. She went to Lee Summit North High School, which is on the Missouri side. As Jalea Davis skies up. And just to add to that, for fun, Harshaw is from Andover, Kansas, so from not too far away either.
Brenda, I can tell you've been around Kansas for about 30 years, probably.
That is the truth.
Know your high school basketball. Yep.
And a tough block from Ngodu. Wow. Yancey steps back as the quarter comes to a close and can't get it to drop. But an 8-0 run for the Kansas.
And it just takes time to, with a player that's as important as Jalea Davis, missing as much time as she did in the non-con season, getting her back into the rotation takes a while.
And there she is, double teamed, and just a forced pass inside by Harshaw.
Listen, if you're somebody passing to a post, you are not looking at your post player, you're looking at the help side defense and the defender on the post player. And that was the time where Harshaw was just staring at her offensive player.
Davis out to Harshaw. Harshaw lines up another 3, not this time. Kansas was 3 of 5 from three-point range in the first quarter. And a nice drive to the basket. Getting her own rebound is Bracey. And she can't get the 3 to go. This UCF team has had 6 straight games where they have shot 40% or better, but just 28% in the first quarter. Jalea Davis cleaning up the missed shot, and a timeout he has played this year. You see that the KU bench has tied UCF with 10 points. UCF actually led this game 10-9 with 3:17 left in the first quarter, and then Kansas has gone on a 10-0 run.
Kansas switching up their defense, little 2-3 zone here.
Top of the key, 3-pointer, no, and tipped over to Samaya Nichols.
Yeah, nice job of tipping the ball over so the rebound is secured.
Nichols using the screen from Davis. Ball reversal. Harshaw's already made a couple of 3-pointers. She only has 10 all year, and she has 2 tonight. 5 on the shot clock. Harshaw to Williams, who puts the ball down on the floor and just
bullies her way through. That is what she does.
That's what she does. UCF needs a basket. Oh, and it rims in and out for Ison.
Samaya Nichols, we have watched her be so dynamic at the offensive end. She looks like she's being very careful about how she uses her energy out there. Again, just an errant pass inside. And this is where Brandon Schneider has talked about his team needing to improve with the turnovers. At least that was a dead ball turnover, not a live ball turnover. But very frustrating for somebody like Coach Brandon, who's, he's a nitpicker about executing offensively, and taking care of the basketball is so important to execution.
And they're averaging over 16 turnovers per game. And already in this one, they have 5. UCF has not scored in about 5.5 minutes.
Yeah. We talked about Chandler Roberts in the open as she takes the shot right there. Just had a couple of good looks, just hasn't been able to finish. This is where UCF has had troubles, is sometimes scoring-wise, they go through long droughts.
A foul called on number 7. That's Felicia Skolander from Stockholm, Sweden. 7:31 remaining in the second quarter. Libby Fandel, the freshman, back in the game for Kansas. Libby Meister, not this time.
A good decision, though. Better job of not overpassing into the post. Meister's had 3 shots right there, though, at the free throw line, and hasn't been able to knock them down.
Her first name is Lily. It's Libby Fandel and Lily Meister. Sorry about that.
I didn't. Wasn't going to say anything.
And Godu, double teamed, kicks out to Bracy. Oh, just right on line. Looked like that was going down. And almost a turnover, but back into the hands of Kansas. Jalea Davis kind of got a little out of control. And Davis is a mechanical engineering major, highly intelligent, and she knew that was not a good move.
It might be a good move next year.
Right. Canessa, and throws it up at the backboard, will go to the free throw line.
I just like how Canessa is just such a fierce competitor out there. I feel like Brandon Schneider always has one player like that plays the wing position, terrific three-point shooter, somebody that's a competitor and can knock down shots.
Bracy picked up the foul, and Laya Canessa will go to the free throw line. First time either team has been to the free throw stripe tonight. Canessa, the 5'11" junior from Barcelona, Spain.
How about UCF? Just shooting 20% here on the game right now. They have 4 offensive rebounds, but
and Canessa makes the second free throw. UCF has missed 11 straight field goal attempts.
And going against this zone, you're allowing Kansas to rest a little bit, and they really haven't seen the ball go inside out against the zone, which is very effective. They just keep shooting.
Summer Yancey, 30% three-point shooter on the year, but can't get that one to go down. Fandel cut off by Bracy. Elle Evans, one of the best in the country, 48.9% from three-point range.
I think if you give her any space like that, she can knock that shot down every time.
15-0 run for the Jayhawks. And Godu directing traffic. She wants a touch inside, realizing how important it is just for her to get a touch, and she hasn't touched the ball, but finally a three-pointer goes down to end the drought. Skolander with the 3. First score since 3:17 left in the first quarter for UCF.
Well, now UCF really needs to buckle down defensively. This is something that they have to get stops to go along with their offensive production when they get it.
Elle Evans, not this time. So UCF got a stop. Can they get a score in back-to-back possessions?
I like the inside-out game. Once again, find and go do on the interior. Let her get a touch, make a decision.
Skolander.
You just have no rebounders if the ball doesn't go into the interior. Everybody's on the perimeter. Great shot if Skolander hits that. If not, it's one and done.
She didn't play in their last game against Houston. Going in to try to break down the zone. High-low, too high.
That's the fourth or fifth pass I feel like we've seen from either high-low or pass from the wing into the post. If Brandon Schneider had longer hair, he might be pulling it out.
I think you're right. 6 turnovers for Kansas to just 3 for UCF. Savannah Scott, number 30, into the game inside that zone. And stepping back, nicely done for Chandler Roberts.
Yeah, good job by Mahogany Chandler Roberts of finding a short corner, a little space right there to catch the ball. That's what you're looking for, is the seams again in the zone.
Reagan Williams puts it down, and she is fouled by Chandler Roberts. That's her second foul.
I feel like players today, young players especially, that are coming into the game, they have such a great understanding of how to use their shoulder and their body and shoot with their opposite arm away from the defense to draw fouls.
And to go out off of what we would have considered the wrong foot.
It is taught these days just to try to take the timing away from the defense.
This Kansas team, very good. They are best in the Big 12 in free throws made as well as free throw percentage. They've shot a better free throw percentage than their opponent in 6 straight games.
I feel like this game has such a different pace than our first game, which was up and down, physical, so much pace. This is a quarter court game.
And how much of that is Kansas maybe believing they have an advantage in this game and trying to pace themselves a little bit?
I think a little bit is trying to pace yourself. Certainly when you have injured players, UCF, Kansas both have players where they'd have to really manage minutes and what you're doing out there on the floor. In a tournament like this, if you're going to get a win, you are thinking about that as a coach, definitely.
Keep in mind, UCF missing their leading scorer, Leah Harmon, since late January. As another turnover. Leah Harmon has not played since January 24. She was averaging 16 points a game, 20 starts in 20 games, but since her injury, UCF has only won 1 game.
Yeah, good to see her out of the boot that she's been wearing on that right foot, but you know, she's sort of been not put on the list of done for the season. They've been hoping to get her back, but feet, ankles, those lower extremity injuries are so hard to predict.
Scott, and they're going to call an offensive foul on Savannah Scott, the transfer from Auburn.
That's one of the keys. If you're not as big or strong as somebody, get position, use your quickness to get to a spot first. She has got a motor, Reagan Williams does, and really good post defender.
She sets a screen for Davis. Davis is open.
Wide open.
And then a forced pass into a double team. Jalea Davis takes it right at, and that's going to be an offensive foul. I think that's Jalea Davis being frustrated.
Yes, and I like the instinct. I realize it's an offensive foul. Maybe somebody could say, hey, you should be out of control. But she was open 3 times in the post, and her players couldn't get her the ball. That ball's been turned over several times trying to pass to her. That is her second foul, I believe.
Yep, picked up her second foul, goes to the bench with the 6 points.
We have listened to Jenny Baranchek talk about how long it took for her team to learn how to pass the ball to Reagan Beers on the inside. I think this is something similar for Kansas.
3-second violation for UCF.
Now Scott again being guarded by Reagan Williams. She will take a seat on the bench.
Players in and out. Gibson coming onto the court for UCF. Jasmine Gibson with seeing her first play.
Isolation play here for Williams.
And just not able to finish it. Under 2 minutes to play in the second quarter. 10-point lead for the Jayhawks. UCF trying to find ways to go against this zone, and a triple team inside the zone as soon as Ngodu receive the ball. It will stay this end on the possession arrow.
Again, it's a defense on the post, on the interior, the ball. This is a tough pass, and then look at everybody converge onto Ngodu.
Nichols got a hand on it, and it will stay on this end. 11 on the shot clock.
Man-to-man defense for Kansas on that out-of-bounds play. 7 on the shot clock.
4 to shoot.
Yeah, got to get downhill.
Bracy rises. Nichols with a nice block out, and then she was fouled by Eisen, and I believe, yes, that will put Kansas in the bonus. So Samaya Nichols is fouled by Eisen. That's her first foul, and Samaya Nichols, one of the best free throw shooters, one of the best at getting to the free throw line, will head down to the other end.
So physical, able to box out, make that play happen.
Samaya Nichols has earned all Big 12 first team honors all 3 years of her career.
There is a freshman class that came in with her that I just think is so fabulous and dynamic, and they have all stuck with their programs for the last 3 years. They are foundational pieces to great programs. She is one of them.
Audie Crooks, another.
Audie Crooks is one. She's different. Is that the same year? Could have been a different year. Is she a junior this year?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
she's part of that, yeah. Would Addie Brown also be part of that?
Yes,
one? Yeah.
that is correct. We talk so much about the transfers. It's nice when we can talk about the players that have stayed. 4 on the shot clock. Ngodu, and she was fouled on the floor. And she just turned and spun and went to the paint.
Here's the ones I was, talking about, and obviously, Texas is no longer in the Big 12, but Madison Booker still with Texas, was the MVP of the SEC last season, and Addie Brown, Audie Crooks,
Staley Hurd,
which is another very unique, talented player. Wow.
And a nice drive into the paint by Bracy. Yeah, and how about Oklahoma State coming in here, the number 4 seed, as what a finish to the season they had. They beat this Kansas team in the last regular season game. That was touched last by UCF. 17 on the shot clock.
I'm excited to see what Iowa State is going to do now with Brown back in the lineup. Hopefully they can adjust. She can adjust. They were on such a roll when she needed to come out of the lineup for Iowa State earlier this season.
Samaya Nichols steps back. Williams tries to corral it, but does not, as Bracy rebounds for UCF.
Yeah, Bracy at the guard position, terrific rebounder.
Shot clock is off. UCF has an opportunity to whittle it down to single digits going into the halftime locker room. Can they get the score?
A mismatch down low, but nobody able to see to get the ball to the player that needs it.
Bracy rises up, and no. And so Kansas will go to the halftime locker room.
They need to find a way to change that here in the second half.
Yeah, and at the same time, Kansas had a 15-0 run in that first half. So here we are starting the third quarter. The last game of the day at T-Mobile Center. Earlier this day, Kansas State got the victory to advance. BYU will play Utah in the second round tomorrow after beating Houston. And in our first game of the evening session, What happened in that first game of the evening session?
Oh yeah, it was the rock
State
fight.
beat
It was
Arizona.
the rock fight. Yes. Another low-scoring game, but we expected that to be a battle, and it was. It was entertaining to watch. Somebody had to lose in that game, but both teams really, really wanted it. Are you losing track of time?
Well, I was just trying to do it all off the top of my head, and I had a moment.
Another turnover at this other end for Kansas,
Yeah.
and guess what? How throwing the ball inside to their
They got
star.
have to get that figured out. As UCF, if they can get the ball inside to Ngodu, they've got a shot. She doesn't make that one. Pushing ahead, Sanaya Copeland has that one stolen away by Ngodu. And so UCF knows that's where Kansas is going with the basketball, and they're just not allowing the passes to go in.
10 turnovers by Kansas, and I venture to guess 6 or 7 of them are trying to feed the post.
Ooh, and Samaya Nichols goes down hard.
Yeah.
It was an offensive foul called.
Oh, she does such a great job right there. She's trying to ice that screen, got on the high side as the offensive player tried to make their move and just got sandwiched.
So that's the third foul on Chandler Roberts. She will go to the bench. She is replaced by Jasmine Gibson, the 6'1" sophomore.
Well, it's unfortunate for Chandler Roberts. Yancey, Chandler Roberts, and Ngodu, all returning players for Satya Messer. Struggling today.
Davis runs into a double team.
Not happy about it either.
And Davis goes up to try to block it, making it tough on Summer Yancey. Nichols driving through a couple of defenders, draws the foul, and she will go. There wasn't much room there, and she just sliced through a couple of defenders.
Listened to an interview of Samaya Nichols about a week ago, maybe 10 days ago, and she was talking about physicality and how she likes to play. She literally, and I love this, you know me, she says, I like to run over people.
and
I'm like, you go, girl.
That's gonna say, and you did as well as a player at all the various levels where you had success.
Yeah.
As we look at Samaya Nichols, her ranks in the Big 12 Conference, first team all Big 12, 3 seasons, #1 in the country in free throws made and free throws attempted.
Recently broke the record at Kansas for free throws made.
And that's correct, and she's only a junior. Surpassed one of Lynette Woodard's records. That's a big accomplishment, yes. Bank not going down for Gracie. And a travel.
Love, love, love the fact that Jalea Davis is running the floor, trying to get down and beat the defense down the floor. But another turnover trying to get her the ball.
The winner of this game will play Colorado. And this is pretty interesting because UCF only has 3 Big 12 wins this year. One of them was over Colorado. On the other side, Kansas took them into overtime and lost in overtime in Lawrence, as UCF cuts the lead to single digits.
I don't think Kansas looks great today for a lot of different reasons. Probably I expect them, if they get this win, to be able to come out and compete against Colorado.
Lily Meister gets the jumper to drop.
I think she's the most excited one in the building for that after having several looks in the first half from the free throw line.
Ngodu is being defended by Samaya Nichols, and then Meister comes over to help her out. Right through the double team, just can't get it to drop. And there's Jalea Davis.
And a good job by Fendel of being tough on the inside and grabbing that board, getting the ball down the floor quickly. I didn't even see Davis get down there.
Some of the other power conferences. Kansas with that Texas Tech win, they have a quad 1 win. And I also know that in looking at, are you competitive in losses? And Kansas had single possession losses against Iowa State and TCU, two of the top teams in the country.
So let's play this out as well. So if Kansas wins today, they play Colorado, who's supposed to already, they're a bubble team, but they're supposed
on
to
the right side.
Yes, on the other side of the, they're supposed to be fairly in right now. So what if Kansas gets a win against Colorado and then moves forward to play West Virginia? What does that, or to play a Baylor, what does that look like? Both competitive games. I anticipate there'll be competitive games against Colorado. And then Kansas is one of those teams, they have the talent to kind of compete with anybody. Their turnovers are a problem. Their inconsistent shooting from the perimeter is a problem, but not something they can't overcome.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see how the committee looks at whatever run they can put together. But first they have to take care of business here with UCF.
Well, and I was mentioning to you, have you seen Nebraska this year? What are the teams you've seen that are on the bubble, and compare those to a Kansas or a BYU?
Yeah, as you look at that, Nebraska is a team that's also been like Kansas, had a lot of close losses. And how does the committee take those into account? And Samaya Nichols just rips it away and then throws to Jalea Davis. She's got numbers. And there's Elle Evans at the end of it.
I like just the gritty play right now from Kansas. It's not pretty out here. It's not a pretty game at all. And you talk about the lead that Kansas has, but don't forget UCF only has 19 points and we're halfway through the third quarter. So just a lot of frustration, that seems like, from Kansas, that they want to take care of the ball and they're playing a little grittier here in the second half.
They've outscored UCF 8-2 here in the third quarter. And just before the shot clock, they got the shot up, but the ball is out of bounds. And Kansas leading 35-19 here in the third quarter of play. Kansas holding UCF to just 23% shooting on the game.
Good job of relocating right there after the ball gets to the short corner. Just doesn't hit the shot.
And it gets knocked away. It will be Kansas basketball. Remember when these two played earlier this year, Kansas came away with the victory, but Leah Harmon was still playing. That was, I think, the first game of the new year. And Leah Harmon, the leading scorer for UCF, averaging 16 points a game, had 38 points in that game, 39 points, excuse me. Rest of the team just 30. And you can see how the team has struggled since she has been out, and also in this matchup with Kansas.
I like the fact that she stays engaged, though. You see her over on the bench, cheering her teammates on, trying to instruct them from the bench. Has to be tough. I mean, she was superb as a sophomore coming in, played 1 year at Miami, just 23 games off the bench for them, and just really shined when she was healthy for UCF. Could use some of that downhill presence today at the offensive end. It's a great post up inside. Really, you got to find your post players. Love Yancey's shot. Love that she hit that, but there was a couple of post players open as well.
First three-pointer, first basket of the game for Summer Yancey.
Her family's all right behind the bench over there in the first and second row. I saw her mom earlier.
Libby Fandel driving the baseline.
And this is a place where UCF needs to find, just build on sparks of energy here. They got a nice shot there. Let's see if they can back it up with a second offensive possession.
And Godu out of the triple team, and the ball goes into the hands of Elle Evans. Canessa coming away with it, is bumped, no call.
Incidental contact.
Play on.
What a quiet night for Chandler Roberts as well. UCF just 2 points in this game.
Reagan Williams blocked by Godu.
Twice.
She is such a presence inside.
so long. Great timing defensively, and even with that bump with your shoulder and shot from the outside, almost like a little jump hook, she's able to get her hand on the first shot, find her way to the second one.
Kansas brings in 4 new players: Davis, Nichols, Copeland, and a nice little play on the end of the shot clock. Beautifully designed and executed for Jalea Davis.
Big smile right there also from her teammate, Samaya Nichols. You can just tell that Davis just has the raw talent and that she is just going to get better and better.
Ngodu fouled. She will go to the free throw line. Let's take a look at that again. That was such a well-executed play.
Yeah, just this little tip play, and Samaya Nichols with a terrific pass. Found her teammate this time. That's the thing with Davis, her ability to step away from the basket and catch and on the move, make plays on the move.
It's going to be fun to watch her throughout her career, as Ngodu at the free throw line, the 6'3" junior.
She is playing so well here at the end of the year, with a couple of 20-point games at the end of the year, 20-10 against Houston and Ngodu.
You were talking about Samaya Nichols being one of those players that has played all 3 years at Kansas. That's what Ngodu has as well, and that's what Satia Messer really talks about, how that is so much appreciated, as she has just built into better numbers every year of her career.
Just a great catch and pop right there by Ngodu. And she just doesn't look like she feels great out there either. I think that's one of the reasons UCF has gone to trying to have more set plays in the quarter court, just by the health of their players.
Eisen with the strong drive to the hoop.
Somebody that has no trouble with speed is Eisen. She is flat out fast.
Reagan Williams out to Sanaya Copeland. Copeland, no, but Jalea Davis almost got a hand on it. Quick hands, though, by Yancey, and she is the one that takes the 3 on this end.
And not a bad look right there on it in transition.
Harshaw head to Nichols. Approaching the 1 minute mark left in the third quarter. Samaya Nichols using the ball screen, and she's got 6 points.
Yeah, really pretty ball screen right there by Davis. That's something young players need to learn as well, to stay still. Nichols waiting for the screen and converting.
That was her first field goal. Her other 4 points were from the free throw line. And it looked like Nichols may have gotten a piece of that.
Again, icing the screen, forcing Eisen into towards the baseline. Gosh, look how physical that is out there. Jeez.
And Nichols almost got that to go down after she and Eisen collided.
Oh, Crystal Eisen's, you know, let's just say Nichols has a few pounds on her out there of muscle, and Eisen's just pinballing off of her.
Shot clock is off. Third quarter is winding down. Yancey over to Bracy. Bracy rises up from 3. And we will go to the fourth quarter in this defense.
In her days at University of Nebraska Kearney, but the MIAA tournament also in town at Municipal Auditorium. How'd they do after your pep talk?
They had a good first half, and then they lost. They were the number 10 seed. They had made a great, they had a big win at the end of the season. They beat the 8th ranked team in the country, Fort Hays, before they came in, and then just weren't able to get the victory today. But it was sure good to see my alma mater again here in Kansas City, playing in the same building I played the last game of my career. So that's pretty cool.
That is amazing. And honestly, we need to give you your due, because this is your 30th season, 30th year, correct, at the Big 12 tournament. Every single tournament you have been here.
I have been here every year, even the year we didn't have the tournament in 2020.
Yeah.
And we were on the court watching Kansas State practice when we found out that it was canceled for COVID. But I have been blessed to be here for every year of the 30 years of the Big 12 tournament.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
I know you are loved around the Big 12 and in Kansas City. You do such a great job promoting the sport, promoting these teams, calling these games.
Thank you, and I love working with you, partner. So.
Yay.
I'm sure people can tell when we work together that we're about the same age. We actually played against each other in the national AAU tournament back in the day. So yes, we have a lot of fun when we talk women's basketball together.
Again, just continues to be such a tough night for UCF at the shooting side of things, on the offensive side of things. 12 for 48 from the field, just 25%.
UCF staying scrappy, though.
Yeah.
They want to try to make something happen here. And Crystal Eisen with a good steal and score just to keep within striking distance here.
Both Bracy and Eisen, seniors, this is their last game if they are to lose, and I think they are playing for something.
And a block by Ngodu.
A little bit of lessons from Ngodu for the freshmen, Davis, and look at Eisen with her ability defensively. She has pushed, she has not given up, and as you mentioned, just scrappy out there.
6 block shots for UCF. Elle Evans off the inbounds play, able to knock down a 3-pointer. That's her second one of the game.
It's a good sign for Kansas to be shooting the ball, make some threes here on this new court, and before they have to face Colorado tomorrow. That is going to be a huge part of their game if they are going to move forward in this tournament.
Meister, high-low, and this time Jalea Davis was there but was held.
Well, and very lucky right there with Meister. Take a couple of dribbles in, get to the free throw line, fake a shot. Again, trying to feed the ball into your post is something they're going to have to learn.
You know, I've watched Kansas a lot this year, and this problem throwing it into the post has just kind of developed over the last few games. As a foul on Jalea Davis, you can see the frustration from the freshman.
Well, I'm watching both of the faces, both Davis's face, who's frustrated, and Ngodu, who's actually got a little bit of a smile on her face.
She knows.
When you're an experienced player, you know things. And you know how to beat somebody that maybe has more talent, but they're younger and they don't have those edges in the game. I think Ngodu's enjoying herself out there.
And she is directing traffic where she wants the basketball.
All day long she's been doing that.
And you can see the Kansas defense bringing the triple team, the quadruple team around her.
I would want Ngodu to touch the ball every time down the floor. I think that she's just getting her touches, letting her make decisions.
Meister from the top of the key. Canessa tried to drop it off to Davis, but hit her in the side of the leg, and then Brendan Schneider calls a timeout. 16 on the shot clock, and Kansas State, since they made so many 3-pointers today.
By far the team that played the best today was Kansas State. They shared the ball, they passed the ball really well, their offense was terrific.
And coming out of the inbounds play, out of the timeout, and Brendan Schneider called the play. That was pretty good execution.
Coach Brandon has to be happy with that. He is, as we've mentioned, a stickler for execution.
Back to Kansas State. On their 33 made field goals today, they had 24 assists. They made 17 3-pointers in that win over Cincinnati. And another block for UCF, and Meister stays with it. She will go to the free throw line. We've seen the length of UCF give Kansas some problems inside, but Meister stayed with it that time.
Yeah, Melanie Meister taking a couple of dribbles towards the lane, ran right into the defense, stuck with the play after a shot got blocked. Player that came out of the Big Ten, played for Indiana for 3 seasons.
Now, she learned from Mackenzie Holmes, who was a terrific player at Indiana. But here at Kansas, she's had the opportunity to play a little inside and outside, and she gives Kansas an 18-point lead. She's
the kind of player I'm sure Brandon Schneider would like to have another year with, instead of just one and done as a senior this year. Ngodu and Davis going at it inside again.
Bracy, one of the grad students on this team, a transfer from Southern Miss, potentially playing in her last game here, along with Crystal Eisen, the 5th year from Tacoma, Washington. And Davis gets the offensive foul, her 4th foul.
At least she's smiling this time. Again, it's been a frustrating day for Davis. She hasn't been able to roam free very often like she's accustomed to. She's such a good player on the move, and when she's able to make her moves and have space, a little bit more of a physical game today playing against Ngodu.
She's got 10 points, though, on the day, so she has her double-figure streak rolling as Jasmine Gibson spins and scores in the paint for UCF.
And also Nichols having a chance to rest. Not a bad thing to have Davis on the bench, keep her fresh for tomorrow. Nichols has been sitting now for a little while. I don't expect to see her back in the game. Rest her up a little bit for that next round game.
The winner of this game will play Colorado.
I saw the Colorado coaches sitting up behind us, watching and scouting earlier.
I had a chance to see J.R. Payne and the Colorado team this morning at shoot-around as they were getting used to this court. They actually played on this court down in Florida earlier this year.
They did. They were down in Florida for a tournament, and they were able to go practice on the court. Several teams have had that opportunity this season.
Here's a Colorado brain trust. J.R. Payne over there on the right. Taylor Carr, the second one from the left, played in this tournament when she was in college at K-State. As Summer Yancey at the free throw line, the alum of Lee Summit North High School that's here in the Kansas City metro area, 3 times a Class 6 All-State player in the state of Missouri.
She has had to be the Swiss Army knife this year for this UCF team. She does a little bit of everything, from playing point guard to off guard to having to rebound. "15-point lead for Kansas. The winner will play number 6 seed Colorado. Mentioned earlier, UCF actually beat Colorado earlier this year. Kansas lost in overtime in Lawrence to the Buffaloes. Rebound by Meister, takes her time, and this time she's able to score. Yeah, that is where Meister is very comfortable on the block, getting an offensive board like that, finishing.
Yancey. Kansas out rebounding UCF in this game, 43-26. And rebounds have been big for the Jayhawks lately. Only out rebounded 2 of the previous 11 games.
Well, rebounding is finishing off your defense, and it's a toughness factor.
Bracy, one of the grad students on this team.
Doesn't hurt to have a number of guards that rebound the ball very well, which Kansas has.
Canessa over the top to Reagan Williams.
Yay! An entry pass to the post that made it terrific.
Kansas has led by double figures the entire second half. UCF actually had cut it to within 11 with 9:44 remaining, but the Jayhawks have started to extend this lead.
Savannah Scott, Mahogany Chandler Roberts, and Crystal Eisen all check back in.
The goal for UCF was to not allow too many three-pointers. And defense is making it difficult. See Canessa, she's on the floor. How many times has she been on the floor?
She's a lot. She's on the floor a lot. That's kind of part of her game, right?
Absolutely. Just hard worker, plays with a lot of heart.
Ison back into the game, the 5th year, who transferred from Tulsa.
And also Scott back in the game, replacing Godu on the interior.
We'll stay on this end.
Chandler Roberts as well back in the game. Featured her in the open, and we mentioned it's just been a tough game for Chandler Roberts with just 2 points today.
Blocked by Canessa, and then a shot clock violation.
What a terrific job by Canessa just to keep her head in this game. 4th quarter, a couple of minutes left in the game, and it's been a slow game, but just continues to work hard. Same could be said for number 2 in black, number 3 in black. A couple of seniors out there for UCF.
And Crystal Ison and Jacoria Bracey.
Shot clock at 7.
Didn't hit the rim. Another pick and roll, this time to Williams. Meister can't get it, and there was a foul call.
I couldn't hear the whistle very well, but nice job of passing right there in small spaces. I feel like when Reagan Williams is out on the floor, something always happens. So she comes through the lane, just draws so much traffic and a little bit of a block, and Lillian Meister's been hanging around the rim.
Foul on Bankhead. Samari Bankhead, the 6-foot freshman in the game for UCF. Meister back irons it. She's got 8 points. Only Jalea Davis is in double figures for Kansas. They've got a lot of balanced scoring tonight with Meister and Evans with 8. Canessa with 7. Nichols with 6. Just going through the legs of Canessa. As everybody diving on the floor. Brittany Harshaw, who had a couple of 3-pointers in the 1st quarter, really gave Kansas a lift early.
And it looks so much cooler on this floor because I'll tell you what, Canessa's white jersey or the legs, everything has these LED lights underneath the players, and so it reflects off of their jersey. Makes for a very cool look.
Under 2 minutes to play. Kansas will have an opportunity tomorrow to avenge a loss that they had to Colorado in overtime in Lawrence, Kansas. Colorado did a good job getting Jalea Davis frustrated in that game as well.
Yep, correct. And, you know, really right now for Kansas, they also are missing Nadira El-Tayeb, and that's a big loss for them as far as their substitution patterns and depth at the post. So they're asking more from Williams and Meister on the interior. Davis maybe with a few more minutes she has to play.
Yeah, there she is. Nadira El-Tayeb, the 6'4" redshirt freshman. They're right beside Libby Fandel and
Redshirt senior, I'll say.
Redshirt senior.
You said freshman?
Yeah, thank you.
It is her 7th year. I think she's way beyond freshman.
Yes, I apologize for saying that incorrectly. Thank you for helping me out. But she injured her shoulder and not able to play here in the tournament. But she is looking on, watching Tatiana Brown, who is a freshman who hasn't gotten in a game for quite a while, and is a talented young player that Brandon Schneider enjoyed during the non-conference play, but just hasn't really had much of an opportunity here in Big 12 play.
Well, it's good to get her out on the floor right now. You never know when you might need someone like that, and just getting a couple of minutes on the floor to get more comfortable. Canessa's still all over the floor, help position, talking to her team, working hard defensively. 7 on the shot clock.
A nice rip-through move by Samari Bankhead.
Yeah, Bankhead, as you mentioned, a really talented freshman. 3-point threat. Someone with great size.
Well, she was, as we look at the seniors on the bench, Crystal Ison, a player who transferred from Tulsa, averaged almost 6 points a game and meant so much to the team this year. Jacoria Bracey, transferring from Southern Miss after 3 years there. It just helping this team be a little bit better this year at UCF and trying to move the needle.
And it's probably disappointing for Yancey, who's over there as well. And she is just a sophomore, but with the family here, being from Kansas City, you always want to perform well, get the win for your hometown fans.
1 minute remaining.
1 minute remaining in our game tonight.
This has been a good game for Kansas. I think they've had a chance to rest some players, see some good things from their bench today, Williams being one of them. They have got to clean up the turnovers for their next game. That is something that they need to really focus on, taking care of the basketball against Colorado.
Bankhead driving in again, and that will do it. Well, the higher seeds win all 4 games today, so now the top 12 seeds are still alive and will begin play tomorrow at noon Eastern, 11 Central. Kansas with the 56-35 victory